This your boy Vibes, and this is all facts, no bull.
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they froze my bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in a matrix, when I bust my nitrous. Yes, I am a cook, I like when people fuck on my bitch. The shit that I post on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-pro Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, she wanna fuck in Japan, I put the chrome on the Benz. She reaching down in my pants, she got the rim in her hands.
All right, listen, what you just watched was Kanye West's new video, HH, and I think he did that so he didn't get flagged on, I guess, music sites or streaming sites, but it's Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler is the name of this song. And honestly, like, Ye's new music video is causing an uproar. It's causing an uproar right now across the board. Like, everybody is upset at Ye right now. The thing about this is there may be a deeper message here. And y'all already know every time I bring y'all a video, I'm talking about something deeper here. I'm not giving y'all no sugar-coated type conversation. We gonna dive deep. We really want to find out what's the code here, or confront the double standards within language and the things we see in symbolism. Like, what is Jay's purpose when he's doing what he's doing in this video? Because the wolf, as you see, he has the guys in like these wolves, what they call them, Phelps, where they're dressed and and wolves stands for freedom and loyalty, and they run in packs and they run together. So what is the symbolism behind the things that Ye is saying right now? And honestly, what's up with this KKK imagery that he's doing? And I think we're going to get deep into it, so stay tuned as we dive deep into this. Ye's video is bold. One of the boldest moves I think I ever seen him do, and I think any of us has ever seen him to do. It is provocative, super provocative, and it's uncomfortable. Like, you got to be honest, it's super uncomfortable. And why is it so uncomfortable? That's the thing we have to ask ourselves. He's going for has left a lot of people in shock and speechless. They don't even know how to respond to Ye right now. Statement about the mask that we all wear, and I think that's the big message here. Now, if you remember in this video, and I talked about Shiloh Hendrix, I talked about mask, I talked about being honest, and I think Ye is saying the same thing. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to get understanding exactly what Ye is on right now, because I think he's talking about the mask that we all wear, both uh pretty much literally and figuratively. We're wearing these masks in society, and it's time to expose everybody's true nature. The mask back on, you're going to have to take the mask off because I have the mask on too, and you're going to have to face me. You're going to have to look me in my eyes and know the person that is the life you're taking, because anybody can wear this mask. Today, you know, that mask doesn't symbolize what it used to. If you're wearing a mask, so am I. And if you really want to hurt the people you think you're hurting, you're going to have to take your mask off, and I'm going to have to take mine off so you can look me in my eyes and see if I'm the person that you're actually after. I'm not sure if that's the case. I think what he's pointing out is that everybody in this today and age in this world, we're all wearing masks. Everybody's afraid to be who they really are. And then they're hiding behind these false identities to be biased against other people, when we all are standing on the same foundation here in this America, or this place we call America. And I think it's time to approach the truth head on. I think that's what he's trying to say here. This is just my perception. This is just a perspective that I have garnered from just looking into this and kind of sharing some of the same ideologies around truth and honesty that I think Ye is sharing here as well. This commentary or this language barrier that we're using. I think what Ye is saying in this video is that, why is it okay to state some oppressive words like nigger or nigga and be able to put them in songs and be able to put them on the radio and to be able to make music videos and put them on records and sell them on streaming sites? Why is it okay to say that oppressive thing, that oppressive language? Why is that okay for us to say in our cultural structure today? Why does this double standard exist? Why is this something that no one is speaking about, and we constantly allow this degenerate ideology to keep surfacing and being okay amongst the masses? Asking, why is it okay for certain oppressive language to be used in music and culture and movies and things like that, when other phrases like Heil Hitler seems to be condemned? How is that the case here? Why are we okay with using certain oppressive language, but not okay with using language like Heil Hitler? Is this something that we're conditioned to be okay with or to accept? Is this the way of life that we have chosen to, or set up and chosen to be okay with? While these other words like Heil Hitler, wetback or cracker, or um, all of these with chinks, like, why are those things condemned? Well, I think they're condemned, but simply because we like to use this thing called term of endearment when it comes to the N word or nigger. We like to use the N word in a sense that people say, oh, it's a term of endearment. Who made that notion? Is that a collective thing, that now this is just a collective thing across the board? These are questions I'm asking. I'm not dictating what should be anything or what shouldn't be something. I'm just asking a question to spark a conversation. And that's what we're missing: honest conversation across the board. Now, some cultures may have condemned those words themselves, and they made sure that those words were looked at as derogatory, while certain communities like the African American community or the Black community or the POC community chose to, you know, embrace the word. But if you're going to embrace the word, then why not allow everyone to use it? As I mentioned before, you allow Mexicans, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans. We allow all of these people to use the word with no flack. Fat Joe, the rapper, has been getting a lot of pushback about certain things he said, but he's continuously using the word as favorably as he chooses, because it's something that he's been using for so long, and he grew up in a certain community, in a certain culture, and he claims to be Black himself. So it may be a different perspective from certain cultures to another, but it seems that we've created a comfortable condition with the N word. I think what Ye is doing is forcing us to confront the the uncomfortable questions. And that's what I'm hoping that most people can get more comfortable with: asking the hard questions, being okay with putting themselves out on the front line, and being a part of real conversation, because I think we're missing out on real conversations across the board. Now, here's where it gets a little deep. I don't think Kanye West is just trying to provoke people for no reason. I don't think that's the case here with Kanye West. I'm sorry, with Ye. I think he's really trying to get us to address the most uncomfortable things that we can address so we can have real conversations at this point. I think he's trying to get us to understand the mask that we are wearing every day, and to address the language that we're using, because it definitely seems at this point Kanye is on a different path. He's on a whole different path to unveil the unveilable, because I think people don't want to really look in the mirror. Are we being consistent is another question. Or are we just hiding behind the mask that allows us to be judgmental, biased, and have these selective outrages depending on if it fits our, our cloak that we're wearing? If it doesn't fit the hem of the cloak that we're wearing, and is it something that we can use to stand out and be a part of something versus being a part of everything or nothing at all? Because I think people either want to be fully a part of something, or they just want to be a part of enough just so they can feel accepted. And that's the part of society that has been twisted. And I think we have to uncover what's the real issue here. And when it comes to oppression or oppressive language, I think what Ye is trying to say is if one group can reclaim that language and that symbolism, shouldn't that apply across the board for all groups? Like, if we're running around here saying nigga, 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 and all our music and our TV shows and, all our movies, shouldn't it be okay for those words to be used across the board as well? I mean, are we really feeling like these people are that, or are we just expressing something that is culturally, stitched within to the fabric of our society? So I guess that's a question that needs to be answered as well. Because on the other hand, shouldn't we be rejecting all oppressive language? Shouldn't we be getting rid of all of oppressive language in all media and on all surfaces, if that's the case? So I really think that we have to answer these questions and be honest about the answers that we're giving and receiving. So, go out here and create riots and start burning down things and start taking books and burning history. He's not saying any of that stuff. So I don't want to get that conflated to the point where it sounds like I'm promoting this song and saying, hey, this is how things need to be going. So that's not the case here. Where do we draw the line between hate and art? Like, where is the line drawn for hate speech and artistic work? Because I'm for everybody being able to have freedom of speech. I don't think people who listen to hip hop should have to bleep the words of certain songs just because someone expressed themselves through art and someone is listening to this art and they're repeating it back. So the word nigga, if it's in music, don't know why people can't say it. And if Heil Hitler is in a song, I don't know why people can't say it. People have to live with their choices and their ideologies that they associate themselves with, because it can be damaging and detrimental to their growth depending on who they associate with. So if you want to be that person, then you have to deal with the consequences. If you want to be the person that supports a certain ideology and you openly want to be able to do that, you have to deal with those consequences, because it comes down to, if your freedom of speech matters, so is the repercussions and the response you get from those actions. So with that being said, I do want to hear from you. I want to hear from my audience. I want to know how you feel about this. I really want to know, what do you think about Kanye West, HH, or Heil Hitler's music video, or the song, the representation? How do you feel about the double standard that it's okay for radio stations and venues to say the word nigga and have this music play over and over? How do you feel about certain groups who are not allowed to say this word? Should they be able to say this word? Put your answers in the comment. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me how you feel. What is Kanye really trying to say here? Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I really don't know if this is reckless or provocation. You have to answer that question for yourself, and you have to identify with what you think is truth. But that's it for today. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and notification bell. Until next time, have a great one.